Who's going to take their team further? Is it Joel Embiid or Jimmy Butler?
I'm going to say Jimmy Butler. Right now, I look at the Philadelphia 76ers, and I don't look at them as a together bunch. I don't care about their 25-2 record at home. As far as I'm concerned, it's more of an indictment against the squad that you can't go on the road and be relatively respectable. How are you 23 games over 500 on your home floor and 10 games under 500 on the road? That is a 33-game swing. That makes no sense whatsoever. That's not what a contender is built of. I believe in the Philadelphia 76ers as a talent. What I have questions about is from an organizational perspective, what the hell is going on in terms of maximizing the potential available to you. Al Horford and other guys, you could say Jason Richardson from time to time. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting his name. Who came from Miami, Max? I got brain lock here for a second. You know, the guard that came from Josh Richardson. Okay.
Josh Richardson.
Oh, there we go. I said Jason. I meant Josh. So what I'm saying is that when you look at it, it's not just about Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. It's about it all. But they're the cornerstones of the franchise. We know what they are as individuals. But playing together, particularly on the road, exercising the discipline necessary and the focus necessary to overcome this train coming in your direction, which is the Greek Freak. I'm sorry. It takes a collective effort from top to bottom to pull that off. And that's not the 76ers. Meanwhile, back in South Beach, down in South Beach, what do we have? The top from Mickey Arison with the cruise line, the billionaire, to Pat Riley, who is Mr. South Beach. He runs the show. To his clone, Eric Spoelstra, all right, a two-time champion, renowned as a great coach in NBA circles. And oh, by the way, now you've got one of those fire-breathing leaders in Jimmy Butler with young thoroughbreds. The Ben Adebayo is an all-star. Hero and Duncan Robinson and Kendrick Nunn pulling up from the parking lot. They've got athleticism. They've got perimeter shooters. They've got leadership. They've got structure. Even in South Beach, they have discipline. All these things, as far as I'm concerned, puts me in a position to say, if I had to bet my money on Joel Embiid compared to Jimmy Butler for this season, I like Jimmy Butler because I think Jimmy Butler has a better structure to work with than Joel Embiid does at this particular moment in time.
I like Joel Embiid, but before I even get into that, I got to say, First Take is a show where sometimes I find myself on the side of arguments I don't want to be on because, damn it, that's the way I feel. But I would love to come out here today and say Jimmy Butler, Pat Riley, and those young kids, as you say, Duncan Robinson, those guys, I would love to pick them because they're the people's champ. You know, that's the team you want to root for. But I can't. I can't pick them. In spite of everything you said, Stephen A., because the Sixers have too much high-end talent. And by that I mean not only Embiid, but Ben Simmons. And I've been thinking a lot about why they're so bad on the road, because 25-2 at home, my God. Like, that's insane. The kind of team that has that advantage, usually like if Denver puts together a team that can take advantage of the altitude, as Ujiri did, 10 deep and run you out the gym, even they don't go 25-2 over 27 games at home. So, oh my God, you see what they're capable of. What happens on the road? Okay, Stephen A., I got a theory. This is what I think. I think the issue, and it's with Embiid because Simmons is consistently performing with effort, both ends of the floor. I think here's the issue with Embiid. It's not desire. It's not that he's crazy or something. It's not that he's immature. Embiid went third because of his knee. Since then, he's had back issues. And we constantly talk about they try to play him into shape. He can't work out to the extent that you'd like so he could be in the best possible shape. But I think here's the real problem. You decry load management. But at least with Kawhi, for example, they have a plan. This dude is hurting. This is how we're going to manage the minutes, and it comes from top down, and we're going to get him ready. With Embiid, there doesn't seem to be a plan. It's ad hoc. They're making it up as they go along. So you know what I think is happening? I think Embiid is doing his own version of load management. He doesn't know when he can go all out, when to pull back. They're not giving him rest in a preemptive kind of way, only if he gets hurt, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. At home, he's more likely to say, okay, let me put on a show in front of the fans. But on a road trip, when he's hurting, when he's thinking, what am I doing playing all these games, all these minutes, he pulls rolls back. Look at what Embiid does. Stephen A., even in the All-Star game, when he gets on a roll, there's nothing you can do. They tried to put LeBron on him. He abused him. I think they stopped giving the ball to Embiid. They didn't want him to get the MVP or something. Like, he is an unstoppable force, but he's got to be managed properly. So that said, well, hey, look, if this is the way they're doing it, tough for the playoffs. In the playoffs, there's no tomorrow. You got to go all out right now. And I think because he'll be in that mindset, particularly at home, sorry to say, but if he needs to at least one game on the road, and because of the upper echelon talent that is Embiid and Simmons, I got to take the Sixers.
Well, here's the deal. It's interesting what's happening because I want to, and I know it's going to resonate. And listen, here's the deal. I'm not wishing for this to happen by any stretch of the imagination. I would be very, very happy if the Philadelphia 76ers are successful. Remember, I covered the team for 10 years. I was in that city for 17 years. I root for the Sixers, and I wish them nothing but the best. And I want Brett Brown to succeed. But I'm here to tell you something right now, Max Kellerman. If the playoffs were to begin today, the Philadelphia 76ers are the 5th seed. You know who the 4th seed is, right? It's the Miami Heat, which means they would meet in the first round. And with Miami having home court advantage. And I am here to tell you, if the Miami Heat were to play the Philadelphia 76ers and they bounce the Philadelphia 76ers out in the first round, I predict Brett Brown would be fired. I really do. I don't think there's any way that Brett Brown comes back from a first-round exit to Jimmy Butler's Miami Heat this year. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for 1 second. I'm not getting that from inside information or anything like that. I'm just telling you my personal feeling. I think the pressure is mounting on Philadelphia, primarily because of some of the things that you highlighted, Max, and what they bring to the table.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.